Welcome to this episode of Law in a Coffee Shop, where we are going to discuss your will today. Now, we're going to have a quick look at a simple will, but first, I want to share two interesting, probably secrets with you. One is you can change your will at any point in time. It is not set in stone. If you want to change it, you can change it. Second one is you can draw up your own will. The only thing that needs to be in there is who you are, who you're giving your things to. It needs to be signed by two witnesses, but witnesses that is not influenced by your will, or that is not getting anything from your will, because that would look very dodgy. And then obviously it has to be signed by yourself. We are quickly going to have a look at a simple plain will and what needs to be in it and what is part of it. This is just a straightforward will here that we have. Last will and testament, your name, ID number, and things like that. Revocation, you obviously, if you've got a previous will, you have to revoke that will. Otherwise, you're going to sit with three wills, and which one of those is then going to be the actual one? So you have to make sure that you revoke your previous will and that this is a subsequent date. Then a very important matter is who are you going to entrust to work with your matters after your death. You have to appoint an executor, somebody that will execute on your will, that will finalize your life, your belongings, your assets, your debt, your investments. You have to appoint that person. Please make sure you trust that person and that that person will do everything in their power to give effect to your wishes. Remember, the work that they do is going to influence your wife, your kids, and everything that you say in your will. Then there's usually just something like this, that no security needs to be given by the executor to the master of the High Court. And then you have to appoint your heirs and legatees. I mean, to who are you going to give your stuff? It can be as simple as, if I die, I give everything to my wife, and obviously I entrust that she will know what to do with that and look after our kids. I really believe that you should keep it plain and simple. If you want to serve and bless the whole world and everybody you know, do that while you're living and pluck the fruits of that. Try to keep that out of your will. And then the other big thing is then obviously to be signed, it needs to be signed by two witnesses that is not getting anything from your will. And then it needs to be signed by you. That is very important. Please initial all the other pages as well, so that we know it's your complete will. And then very important is you need to keep your will in a safe place, but not so safe that nobody knows where it is. Please tell someone other than your wife, as well, as you may die at the same time. It's a little bit morbid, but please ensure that someone you trust know where your will is, know where your belongings are kept. And keep a list with that as well of your bank accounts, passwords, investments, the Netflix password. Make sure that when you die, people can go on. People know where to get your things, so they don't have to spend a year finding all random investments and Bitcoin and Dogecoin and things on weird and dodgy places. Make sure that everything is kept, let's call it a black box for ease of reference, and that they can execute on your wishes after you die. It's important to plan, especially if you've got different businesses and intricate finances, to speak with an attorney, to speak with an estate planner, to make sure that you do not pay too much on estate duty, tax, etc., etc., etc. So this is just a quick rundown. If you want to know more, if you want to just ask a few questions, let me know. I would be more than happy to have a chat with you. Thank you. See you next week.